Hello and welcome back to the Watchful Magpie. Today I'm doing a follow-up to my detox video. So it's called the 8 rules to collect by, but it's kind of the 8 rules to not always buy a watch by. Let's take a look. So let's look at my checklist and see if it works for you. If you're a little bit of a magpie, a little bit of an impulse buyer as well as me. 2 fundamentals that I've kind of established in my head. One is never buy a watch you can't afford. Easy to do really. You think you can afford it and something comes along and you can't. And secondly, where are you going to make space for this? Is it a one in, one out rule? Have some sort of rule that sort of says if I'm going to buy a watch, I'll move another one along. So those are the 2 fundamentals that I think are pretty important, certainly to myself. And now let's wander through the rules that I'm going to collect by from now on. So I can, really make an effort to not buy a million watches, which is all too easy for myself. So 1, have I slept on it? Have you slept on it? You've looked at a watch, you've seen it, it looks incredible, you're convinced you want it, it's late at night and you might have had a beer. Sleep on it. Come back to it after, 12 hours, 24 hours, or even a couple of days and look at it again. Go, do I really like this? Am I, is my heart in it? Am I convinced by it? And see if that works. I find that I got really attracted to this second hour Mandala Bumblebee watch the other day. And I've come back to it a couple of times now. And although it's a nice watch and all that, it just is just not there. There's something not there, so I'm not going to buy it. So that's the first one. Have you slept on it? Maybe if you do, it'll help make a better decision. Second one, is this a limited release or a mega discount kind of trap that you're falling into, a pattern whereby you're just triggered by fantastic deals that people come up with? Because they do, it's we've seen quite a number of micro brands, and they're the best at it, coming up with really amazing deals, and there's only X number of watches available in the next 24 hours. Zelos is a good example. Last week their Helmsman released, and I was pretty specific about what I bought there, which was the orange mop Helmsman, and it sold out in 35 seconds. So that's easy to get kind of really worried about. Well, I'll never get one, or it'll never be at that price again. Don't fall into the trap. You'll always find it in the second-hand market at some point or another. So have you slept on it? Is it a limited release trap or a mega discount that you're falling for? And third one, have you really got enough money to buy this watch? Is there anything else you could do with that money, or something else that would take priority over that? It could be you're driving your car and it needs a new tire, or it has a breakdown or needs a service or something like that. Have you really got enough spare money to spend on that watch? If so, knock your socks off. That's great. More boys' toys. So that's a consideration. Also, as I mentioned, my detoxes, emails flood in on a regular basis. I've tried to unsubscribe to so many in the last few months, but I still get deals every day flooding through my email. And some of them are incredible, really amazing discounts, up to 40 or 50%. And it's so easy to get convinced by those. But are you reacting to just yet another email deal? And if you didn't, you'd probably be better off. You're just getting motivated by it. And probably moves on to the 5th rule here, which is whatever you're looking at on your hit list, is this something you specifically are aiming to have in your collection? Or does it fit some criteria you have in your collection? So for instance, in my collection, it has to be something that's visually appealing, generally speaking, does something different, and has some sort of story that attracts me to it, because I'll wear it a lot, and I'll be very excited by the whole concept of it. So checking that it's on your hit list for your collection, is it on the list? Is it just something that's amazing and on principle you'd buy it because it's funky? That's a good one to have. So that's point 5. Point 6, is there something else you could spend the same amount of money on and get more joy from that? So for instance, if you're spending, $500 to $1,000, could you buy a hi-fi that you're more interested in? Could you buy a drone or another boy's toy that you really, really like? It's just something that will give you as much joy or more joy. So for instance, photography gives me a lot of satisfaction, as does music. That's quite a lot of money in both of the worlds of music and photography as well. You know, $1,000 can buy you a really good lens, or two. You can actually buy you a camera as well if you look around. So there's other ways to spend the money. Is that something you should be looking at? So that's rule 6. Rule 7, have you got something else that's pretty similar and you're just kind of looking at this new watch because it looks like something else you've already got, or it's kind of part of a pattern? So for me, I seem to buy a lot of divers watches all the time. They all seem to have a bit of a theme which rotates from my original Grail watch, which was an Omega Seamaster 300 Pro, where the hour markers are circular and it has a wave pattern on the dial. That type of watch seems to grab my attention all the time, and I just go, oh, it's all exciting because I liked that watch originally and I want to buy it. It's so, but the thing is, I shouldn't. Well, I don't want to have umpteen of the same things in my collection. That said, I will confess to being terribly bad at controlling some of that, in that if there's some amazing version of a watch, for instance, San Martin have different colorings, different colorways of their watches. Venezianico have different materials and treatments of their dials as well. I will accidentally buy one or two, but do you know what? I should have probably thought about that more carefully in the first place, and maybe just had one of everything, maximum of 2. It depends. It's up to you. It's your collection, right? But it's a pattern I've noticed. It's buying the same thing over and over, and is there an alternative that may do something bigger, better, more wilder, just get you more excited? Because it's a guilty pleasure, the watch collecting thing. It's definitely a decision made by the heart more than the wallet, and there has to be a little bit of balance going on, I've discovered. The other thing I find, which is kind of a weird one as a rule 8, and the final rule is, can you cancel the order? Right, because some places you can't. So I think it was Erebus in their last iteration of the Ascent watch. You could order the watch, but there was no ability. You were committed. You couldn't cancel the watch order, and that was a bit of a problem for some. So being able to kind of cancel that order if you really needed to is kind of important. That's happened to me before, and it happened to me with Zealous. I ordered 2 when I didn't need to, and I only wanted one specific one, and I was able to cancel that. So that was a good thing. Can you cancel the watch? So there you go. There's the 8 rules. Have you slept on it? Is this a limited release trap? Have you really got enough money for that watch? Are you just reacting to another great email deal, or are you're really passionate about the thing that you want here? Is it on your hit list for your collection? Does it fit in your collection? Does it meet the criteria for getting excited? All of those sort of things come into it. Is this something else you could spend the same amount of money on and get more fun out of, more joy out of? Have you already got something similar? Are you just kind of paying homage to the whole thing by buying the same thing again in a different guise? And finally, if you've made a mistake overnight and you think about it again, you go, oh, right, okay, can you cancel it? Always a good one. So there you go. Those are my 8 rules. I hope they help some of you who are also magpies. In the meantime, thanks for watching. Appreciate all the comments that come in. I read them all. Take care. Talk to you next time. Bye.